Greetings. The following podcast may include stories featuring dumb people doing really dumb things, some nonsensical segments, and some saucy language. Consider yourself sufficiently warned. Now enjoy the show.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 128, some people fucked around and found out. It's the Christmas season, so we're talking about John Woo's Silent Night in this week's movie review and much, much more. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
Mike Fish, 52 episodes ago, this time last year, we started the Waffle Box on a sad note. I'm happy to start the Waffle Box on a fantastic note. Congratulations to Troy Anthony Grant. 10 years of remission. The Godfather is swole. Moves on to fight another day and is going to kick everybody's ass. What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, coming to you with the Waffle Box. The original Waffle Box. It's the best part of Wednesdays, and you accept no substitutes. Coming to you all the way from the future home of Super Bowl 60. You love us because we do this. We do this because we love you. Producer Lathan, what's shaking, bro?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, you sexy bunch. Only 12 days until it's Christmas, and only 13 days until Mariah Carey goes back into her cave for another year of hibernation. How's your week been, fellas?
I can't complain. Well, actually, I can complain. I'm about to complain, but I won't get into that. I've been watching TV and then going out drinking and stuff like that, but my TV has annoyed me this week, but we'll get into that. How have you been, Kush?
I'm okay, man. I wish I was doing a little bit more. Also some TV thoughts this week.
Shall we just dive straight in before? Otherwise,
this is
going to last. So we was watching a couple of shows. Well, we was watching a show together, like as in like I was watching a show, you was watching a show. So let's get into that one first. Squid Game, the challenge, wrapped up this past, was it Friday? That came out?
I believe it was Friday. Thursday or Friday.
If you're following along with the show and you still haven't watched the season finale, then I don't know, skip a couple of minutes ahead, I guess. But yeah, okay, before I get into my gripes, what was your thoughts of the season, the concept, how it went? What was your thoughts on Suicide Games, the contest?
As always, I watched one season of a reality show just because, this was an interesting concept. Let's take the premise of this TV series, this fictional drama, and try and recreate it the best we can without losing any life. The drama just isn't there. Not that we're, saying, hey, Squid Games, maybe you should kill some people. But, hey, Squid Games, maybe you should make it a little more dangerous. I don't know. I have a feeling like there was a talk with lawyers and human resources going like, hey, you 480 plus people, be on your best behavior. Don't do anything rude or mean or something that might get you an assault charge. But it became boring. The first half was hard to follow anything because there's 400 characters. Then the second half, they thin things out. Again, after the 12th hug and the third monologue, the third dramatic TV reality.
I do this because my parents didn't love me. And I need to support my kids. Oh, fuck's sake.
And then ultimately the final three was just boring. Not really surprising. I feel sorry for the dude who lost to paper, rock, scissors, because that dude's an embarrassment.
Don't get me into that. I can't remember any of their names, but I wanted Beardy, the guy who came third, I guess, technically. Beardy McBeardface. I wanted him to win. But yeah, no, like I said, at least make it somewhat dangerous. But I like the trapdoor bridge, because at least hey, you're not going to die, but you're probably going to fall several feet into some crash pads. And if you're not that big fan of heights, like for me, Even though I know I'm not going to die, I will be shitting myself because, oh, fuck's sake, I don't want to fall down that hole. Oh, my God. But then, yeah, they ended it. Like, I appreciate, again, you can't end it like this show ended, where, you can't just throw a knife out there and go, good luck. Who wants the 4.5 million the most? But yeah, just the underwhelmingness of like ending it with like your final challenge is rock, paper, scissors. So what?
Yeah.
I guess they did an interesting twist on it with the keys in the safe, but like, really? That's how you're going to end?
Keys in the safe was interesting. But I don't know why they didn't do the actual Squid Game from the TV show. That was the final challenge. They finally
that was a
played
very confusing
Squid
game.
I agree. However, we're not in the paper rock scissors challenge. We're in the Squid Game challenge. Yeah.
The only way I was
like
hoping
being a part of the 24 hours at Le Mans, and then at the end, just like, all right, now build a rocket ship that's gonna take you to Mars. He was like, what? No, I just do circles, man. That's all I do.
After 500 laps, now they must face off in a game of Jenga. Wow, really?
Yeah, right.
But I was hoping it was going to end like proper Squid Game style, where it's like when the winner, I won't say their name just because, just in case, I don't want to spoil it.
I forget her name.
But Nave says it's a her. Well done, Kush, you've ruined it.
Who cares?
There's only one woman in the final three. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was kind of really hoping that when they showed like the dramatic slow, oh my God, the key is turning. And I was hoping when she opened up the safe, like she got like a splat on her chest, and like, oh, you've been eliminated. That'd have been hilarious. That would have been hilarious. To mention,
there's one bad key in this whole bunch. There's one good key and there's one bad key, and you got the bad key. That'd have been at least interesting. I found myself fast forwarding through a lot of that final episode. So,
well, I hung through it all, but yeah, like the middle of the series was very boring because there weren't even games. They were just doing these weird, like, voting out to think. It's like, well, that's not fun. Like, it was. I guess maybe they got a little thin on the creativity, but we'll see. It's coming back for a new series though next year, and I would like to officially announce here on the Waffle Box Podcast, episode 128, air date Wednesday, December 13th. That I'm Mike Fish. I'm officially entering Squid Games challenge. I probably won't get in, but I'm going to audition. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
You should audition. Yeah, man. I agree.
4 weeks back in England.
To see you on the Squid Games. Do they do this in England?
It's all filmed in England, indeed. Yes.
Huh. So.
6 sound
stages. Do you know
stages.
what the deadline for the registration is? Because how fun would that be if I registered also and we both got accepted, and we both
would be
face off?
That would be pretty good. And there would be 4 weeks without Waffle Box though, so there would be like at least 7 sad people. If
Well, Mike, I have a feeling we can sneak a camera in with you. Not a problem. And like, it can't be completely dead of Wi-Fi. I'm sure there's a signal in there somewhere. Like
we can pre-produce some stuff.
We'll pack your prison pocket, and we'll get a camera in there. A little lavalier mic
up my butt. But imagine the numbers, though. Imagine the numbers when the season finally finishes up and we can talk about it. Oh,
yeah,
we might go to double digits, baby. Who knows? Another thing that pissed me off was like very much hyped up. You haven't seen this movie. You haven't even heard of it when I text you about it. But there's a movie on Netflix starring Ethan Hawke, Julia Roberts, and Kevin Bacon towards the end.
Okay, it's a good
called
cast.
Leave the World Behind, where the big hype of it was, I think the big hype of it, as far as it was according to my social circle, I guess, was that it was produced by Michelle and Barack Obama. And
touchdown Giants!
Hey,
woo, Saquon Barkley, let's run it in, baby. 5-yard rush touchdown. By the way, while we're recording this, I'm watching the Giants-Packers game.
All
Go,
right, congratulations,
Tommy Curtis.
Shaquille O'Barkley.
Shaquille O'Barkley. Where was I? Yeah, so basically the premise of the movie is it's like it's supposed to be an apocalyptic
Is it
thriller,
like
but
the
it doesn't get
Leonardo
apocalyptic.
DiCaprio film?
No.
Don't Look Up?
No. Ish.
Okay.
But so basically, long story short, there's these people, Julia Roberts and Ethan Hawke, they're on vacation. They've got like an Airbnb. And then suddenly the owner arrives, played by what's his name? Now I feel bad. What's his name? Leave the world behind.
Oh.
No, it wasn't. It was
Idris Elba.
Mahershala Ali.
Oh, close.
Very good actor. Very good actor. And he was very good in this. But yeah. So anyway, so the owner of the Airbnb, him, and his daughter arrive because something happened. He couldn't get any cell signal. And then all of a sudden, like weird shit starts happening where there's no service. Tanker boats are just crashing up on the beach.
Standard apocalypse stuff.
Yeah. And then like a bunch of Teslas get hacked and they start chasing people and then they end up crashing into each other, which Elon Musk got upset about because he was like, that wouldn't happen. So, all right, relax, Elon. And then like so all this weird shit starts happening, and so they're all worried about it. And then like there's one scene where Julia Roberts and her daughter are just standing outside. I think it's a daughter. No, it was Mahershala Ali's daughter. Anyway, and they're just like suddenly like 30 deer are just standing around staring at them, and then they get scared off. Like everything's like being weird and shit. And then for some reason the son's teeth start falling out, and they go find Ethan Hawke. No, sorry, Kevin Bacon, who's like a survivalist, conspiracy theorist guy, and they convince him to give some medicine to the son, even though how do they know what he has? But whatever, let's just go with this. And then it's one of those movies where at some point, so Kevin Bacon explains that, I can't even remember who the fuck says what. But they're talking about like America's made a lot of enemies, so maybe they're trying to start a civil war by like telling some people that one people are up to this, and another group of people are telling them different. So everyone's fighting against each other, and America will just turn on each other, and blah blah blah. And then at one point they're looking for the younger daughter, and you know what? It sounds like I'm not doing this movie justice. I am. This is how bad this movie is. And then all of a sudden, whilst they're looking for the daughter, like Julia Roberts is like looking, oh my God, what's going on over there? And you see like a bunch of bombs going off in New York City. And they're like, oh my God, oh my God. And then the movie just fucking ends.
Huh.
And
Spoiler
the credits... Yeah, no, fuck it. I don't give a shit. I'll spoil the movie. It's terrible. I fucking hate movies that just end. And it's supposed to be all like artsy and bollocks. And then I was like looking up, and there's a bunch of people that like it, even though I think it's got about 40-something% on Rotten Tomatoes from the fans. And then the critics have given it like 80%. Because I think they're just worried that if they give it a bad mark, maybe I don't want to look like I don't get it. So I need to give it a high score because it sounds artsy. No, like people in the comments, like, well, why does it just end abruptly? And they're like, well, you're supposed to use your imagination. So no, I don't want to use my imagination. That's why I'm watching a fucking movie. If I want to use my imagination, I'll just sit on my couch, look at the ceiling, and use my imagination. The reason I'm watching a movie is because I don't want to use my imagination. Tell me a story. It's not fucking choose your own adventure book. In fact, don't choose your own adventure books. At least they get an ending. If it's shit, it's your fault. But this just didn't have a fucking ending.
Yeah. And Netflix did do that Black Mirror episode, Bandersnatch, which was a choose your own adventure and had several endings.
Didn't they also do one with The Undertaker and New Day, or was that Peacock?
Yes.
I can't remember.
That was Netflix.
Okay.
That was Netflix. That was a children's gimmick. It was literally for children.
All right, don't judge me. But yeah, I fucking. It's like over 2 hours long. I've invested this time in this fucking story, and you're not even going to tell me how it ends. You're not going to tell me who's behind the attacks. You're not going to tell me why this cunt's teeth's falling out for no fucking reason. Like he just sits there and he says, "Oh, I feel weird," and he starts pulling his own teeth out. And then suddenly he's going, "Well, yeah, there's this fucking survivalist guy who lives next door. I bet he's got medicine. Medicine for what? What has he got? What happened? Is anyone a doctor here? No, but medicine, generic medicine. Apparently, he's going to work on this. It's just so shit." And then, right, this one of the big story arcs that goes through it is one of the little kid, the little girl. She's obsessed with Friends, right? And she's like talking about how she really wants to watch. She's looking forward to getting home, or whatever, to watch the final episode. She hasn't watched this final episode, right? And so the ending of the movie is she's in the survivalist bunker, and she finds all these DVDs, this mad DVD collection, and she sees all the Friends on there. So she pulls out the last CD, goes through the selection screen, and selects the last episode, and then the credits run with "I'll be there for you." Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, okay, I get, okay." But then you think, wait a minute, if she's obsessed with Friends, did she not stop and wonder why her mum, Julia Roberts, was in Friends at some point? Did she never go, "What the fuck? This bitch looks like my mum"?
They probably would have done that, but Julia Roberts has already done that gimmick with Ocean's 12, so I don't think they want to repeat that.
I was so mad. I was so angry. And this is coming from someone that I've stopped watching movies like Burn after reading because that annoyed me so much. This annoys me even more because like I finished it. Like it was one of those movies, because up until the last 15-20 minutes of it, it's actually a pretty interesting movie where you're like, "Oh, I want to see how this movie ends," and that movie's like, "Whoa, tough shit. We're not going to tell you." I hate it. Hate it.
I got it. Yeah.
I feel better now, though. Thank you for listening.
Oh, good. Mike's movie review.
My movie reviews aren't as informative as Kush's, but yeah, I get the job done, I guess. Maybe I should put that as I'll splicey this up into a Mike's movie review of Leave the World Behind. Who knows? Anyway, now that I've got my venting out, I think we can get into this week's top story. Should we do it, Kush? Should we do it?
All right.
You dare it? You dare me to? So yeah, there's been some stuff happening. This is like the last sort of kind of original stories of the year, because next week, I mean, they're original stories, but they're picked because it's the Christmas episode next week. So this is like the last, and then the week after that, we've got the year in review. So here we go to the final non-Christmas related top stories. Hit the music, Lathan.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
This week's first story comes to us from Ohio. What's Ohio known for, other than Columbus? I know there's Columbus and Cleveland.
So LeBron James.
Oh, and
Cincinnati. Yeah,
Cincinnati.
WKRP. It's known for WKRP in Cincinnati.
Oh wow, cool. Anyway, so yeah, this week's theme is fuck around and find out. And so this Ohioan, is it how you say Ohioan? Ohioan. Oh, she fucked around and she found out. So she was convicted of assault for hurling a burrito bowl at a Chipotle worker, but she was offered an unusual way to reduce her jail time. So Rosemary Hain, so apparently, you know me, I'm all finger on the pulse. I had no idea this was a thing, but apparently she went viral at some point. In a video screaming at a Chipotle employee before throwing her food in the worker's face. Which is, what the fuck? What are you doing? Like, seriously?
Yeah. Good.
If I'm pretty sure if you'd complained nicely, you'd got a refund, maybe even like a gift card or something. Maybe like, because that's
joke's on you. You're in Chipotle.
I don't mind a Chipotle. Well, Dos Toros. I don't know if you get Dos Toros over on the West Coast. I much prefer. It's very similar to Chipotle, but it's a bit nicer. I feel, and their hot sauce
no
is
Dos
way
Toros.
better. But
no 7 cases of E. coli either, thanks to not visiting the Chipotle.
Dos Toros.
7 cases. 7 of them.
I don't know why though, because I like eating at Dos Toros, but I don't know. Because Dos Toros, obviously, in Spanish is 2 bulls.
Just the facts, ma'am.
And I don't know whether I want to eat from someone that's called 2 bulls. I don't know. But yeah, because that's the holy grail. Have you ever done that, Kush? Have you ever done that? Like complained about food?
Sure.
And then when they give you a refund, but then they also give you a free meal. So it's like, I've made profit, if anything, on this. This is great.
I don't think I've ever gotten a refund or a free meal. I've gotten like, oh, I'm sorry you felt that way. Next.
That sucks.
Wow. Like, okay, guess I'm not coming back here.
I thought West Coast was supposed to be nice. I expect that from someone in New York, but
it's the inner city. Go figure.
Anyway, so she was a bitch, basically. Long story short. So she was slated originally to pay a fine, which doesn't say how much, and serve 180 days in jail with 90 days suspended. Now, I'm no lawyer, but as far as I'm aware, that just means you basically serve 90 days in prison, and if you don't fuck up again, otherwise we'll make you go back for those another 90 days, I think.
Something like she'd most likely serve about 45 of those 90 days, again, as long as she doesn't get into trouble, et cetera, et cetera. But I only know the law because I've seen every Marvel Cinematic Universe film and used to follow the WWE for 20 plus years. That's my legal experience.
Interesting. But then the judge had another idea. So Judge Gilligan told the woman, "You didn't get your burrito bowl the way you like it, and this is how you respond? This is not Real Housewives of Parma. This behavior is not acceptable."
I mean, no disrespect to the fine people of Parma, Ohio. Mainly because I only found out that you existed about 12 seconds ago. However, I must say, The Real Housewives of Parma sounds like the most depressing television show ever. With that being said, I fully expect it to be picked up for 2 seasons by the E! Network before this podcast is over.
They do love some
Real Housewives dine at the Cheesecake Factory, or they don't walk out of the fucking door, by the way. Like, you would not see any self-respecting member of the Real Housewives of Ohio in a Chipotle.
So the fun fact, here's another fun fact.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Yeah,
the Real Housewives of New Jersey, a couple of them live near me.
Oh, fun.
Obviously in probably bigger houses, but yeah, it's every now and again I'll go to my favorite restaurant, not my favorite, but Italian restaurant, Shout out to them, free publicity. But yeah, occasionally I'll be sitting in there having a beer, and then they'll saunter on in with their families. Luckily, no camera crews, but so yeah, fun fact.
I was hoping you'd actually be seeing them at the Costco, and like Roxanne and Victoria were like, got that $1.50 foot long, bitch. I
don't care how much money you got and how much bougie you are. That's a good deal. You ain't passing that off. 50, Jesus. So Judge Gilligan told Hain that he would cut off 60 days of the jail time if she agreed to work at least 20 hours per week at a fast food restaurant for 2 months. Oh, you know what? That's good punishment. That's good punishment because you know people want to find out where she's working, and she is going to get so much. Like the slightest thing, people are going to complain to her, and it's going to be hilarious.
Damn. It's smart. I approve of the judge's tactic.
Oh,
Save on
indeed.
tax dollars too.
Indeed, I believe that too. But then you know what? Sometimes we're like, right, what's her name again? Emily Russell. No, Emily Russell was the person who worked at Chipotle. Sorry, apologize. You're all right. Rosemary Hain. There you go. That's the bad woman. You know what? Like, right, Rosemary, you already look bad, right? You've been videoed throwing your Chipotle bowl in someone's face because you didn't like it, right? It's a bad look. And then you've been given one, basically a suspended sentence. Then two, you've been told, hey, instead of spending 3 months in prison, you can spend 1 month in prison. Hey, you just got to work 20 hours a week in this fast food restaurant for 2 months, right? And she accepted it. So, okay, shut up and move on with your life, right? And just hope it doesn't get any worse. But no. No. So Rosemary decided, you know what? Hey, look, I'm going to apologize for what I did. And I'm going to accept the judge's decision. But I feel like I need to speak on what I did and why I did it. And maybe people will feel bad for me. So,
you're a terrible lawyer then.
So she tried to explain the rationale behind screaming at the Chipotle worker and then throwing the food back in her face. She said, and I quote, if I showed you how my food looked and how my food looked a week later from that same restaurant, it's disgusting looking. Yeah, we've all been to places where, Jesus, this has gone downhill. This used to be good. But we don't assault people.
No, we don't.
And then in response to this, Judge Gilligan responded, well, I bet you won't be happy with the food you're going to get in jail. Oh!
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
This guy, Judge Gilligan, is trying to get their own TV show. And I think
so. He gave her the original sentence then.
No, I think she still got away with the 30 days in prison and the 2 months working at a fast food restaurant.
Again, as long as she doesn't fuck up, she'll probably spend about 2 of those weeks in prison. Like it's some weird credit system where, like, for every day you do, like, you get half a day knocked off your sentence or something like that.
I think it depends on different
states too.
And it's also for good behavior, and for some reason, I don't think she's going to enjoy prison. She doesn't seem like
she's probably going to get her sentence enhanced.
Yeah, she's
extended,
just throwing food everywhere. That's the bit. All right. And then the other story this week where people fucked around, found out tourists. Which is already I love this story. Tourists. Oh, fuck you. Like, I know I've been a tourist many times in my life, but I try not to be. I've been a tourist, but I try not to be a tourist, if you know what I'm saying. So this group of tourists were enjoying their vacation in Italy and decided to take a gondola ride on one of Venice's canals. It's fine. So far, standard. I like it.
Pretty simple.
But unfortunately, as everyone seems to do these days, they wanted to take selfies whilst they're on the gondola. Fine, I guess. Everyone needs to do something for the gram. But apparently, only one side of Venice was pretty enough for these photos, and they all decided to stand on one side of the gondola. Now, the gondolier shouted at them to sit down and stay still because he was trying to maneuver under a bridge. But word on the street is they ignored him, and they all the way ended up on the one side, capsizing the boat and flipping them into the cold canal. Fucking dumb fucks.
Fucking idiots.
Can
Does
we
it
just
say
knock it
where
off
these
with
tourists
selfies
were
altogether,
exactly
please?
from?
Like,
Oh.
you were there because, well, you were
You
there.
want Ethan? You can't. Right, start again. Because you seem to have cut out there, buddy.
Can we just knock it off with selfies altogether, please? Like, you were there because, well, you were there. If you're at a location that is so beautiful that you wish to capture it so that you can look back on the moment fondly, perhaps you shouldn't block some of it by putting your fat fucking head in the way.
Good point.
Oh my goodness, Lathan, why so hot?
Yeah, but yeah, I don't understood the selfie. I always hate the selfie. Like,
Selfies don't bother me,
like if you,
but this was dumb.
but if you want to see, like, oh look, that's a pretty cool thing. You take a picture of it. Like, why am I so, like, I guess, self-conscious about what my friends think of me? It's like, oh, do you know what? This place is too good. No one's gonna believe I actually came here, so I need to be in the picture. Just take a picture. This is me. Anyway, the gondolier helped one of the people to shore and then dived back in to rescue the others. Onlookers filmed the spectacle, and the footage of the drenched tourist clinging to the boat went viral. Now, how's your Italian, Kush?
Oh no, well, I like the Parmesan and I like some pepperoni and tortellinis, of course, but other than that, not very good.
You don't speak Italian?
No habla Italiano.
Also, a social media account said that the group were given a warm place to dry off and no one was hurt in the accident. But this social media account, the name of it is Chef's Kiss. So it's called
That's Chef's Kiss.
I'm gonna pronounce this Italian wrong, but Venezia non è Disneyland.
Can you say it again?
Venezia non è Disneyland.
All right. Obviously something about Disneyland.
Yeah, it translates to Venice is not Disneyland.
All right. Yeah, that seems to add up.
So I don't follow this account, but I'm going to assume it's just a bunch of fuck you tourists. That's what I'm going to guess. But did you hear? I haven't broke this down, but I did notice they're going to start charging people extra to go into certain places in Venice from next year.
Oh, like what?
So it's like I guess all the nice places. Like
fair enough.
But yeah, if you want to go to Venice and you want to see all the nice places, you have to pay €5 extra to walk around if you're not an Italian resident.
Huh?
Because they're trying.
Seems a little bit aggressive.
They're trying to stop people from going there. This is weird, but whatever.
Well, they're tired of asshole tourists flipping over the gondola and everything else, I imagine. Geez. Man, I gotta ask, like, what is the deal with Venice and them not fixing the canals?
What's the deal with Venice? It's a great Seinfeld episode. No, I just think it's. Well, in fixing it in what sense? In that it's still flooded, or
get rid of the canals, unflood it, yes, dry it up.
To be fair, I was gonna say if you do that, then tourism's gonna stop. But by the sounds of it, they're trying to stop tourism. So yeah, fuck it. I don't know. I don't understand it. Pull the plug. Get rid of the water. Yeah. And I imagine it will stink though. How long that water's been. I mean, it probably already does stink there.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I mean, I live by the Hudson River. That's a stinky river.
Yeah.
And the wrong conditions. Close your windows, pal.
Sulfur.
I think sulfur might be a nice change of pace. It's just I don't even know how to describe it. It's just if it's the kind of thing like if someone farted in the car, you're like, she's like, did something die in your colon? Like, when those kind of like disgusting, it's like that times 1,000 on a bad day. And I saw some people like jet skiing in it. Oh, why would you want to put that chance of having that kind of water splashing up on you?
Yeah.
Oh,
gross.
Oh, something happened. Something happened in the Giants game. I think, did we pick it? Did we pick it off? I think we might have picked it off. Anyway, until we find out. Let's move on to talk about some people achieving
Moving
things
on.
with their lives and getting a nice piece of paper to prove it. It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the Week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why?
Why?
Why? Why would you want to do that?
And it was a pick. It was a pick.
Okay.
Giants ball, baby. Giants ball. This week's Dumb World Record comes to us from Alberta, dramatic pause, Canada. Shout out to the few Lance Storm fans to get that reference. But Robert Murray, apparently no relation to Bill, although I haven't actually checked, so it might be. Never know. He broke the Guinness World Record for longest distance riding a bike without using his hands.
Okay. Nice. How long?
Wow.
1 mile?
So, 1 mile? You going with 1 mile?
Why not? I bet
Well-
it's much longer. That's what she said.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Hey. Well, I'll try to give you a clue and see if you can work it out in your big brain, because I know you got a big brain. You're a smart guy. So he
Big brain.
was riding a bike without using his hands
Mhm.
for a total time of 5 hours
Wow.
and 37 minutes.
So probably a little longer than a mile.
That's slow he was going.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
5.5 hours. Good for him.
he
Never
completed
understand how those guys turn.
maybe like you tie some string to the handles and then stick them to your knees, and you can be like a
I had a
puppeteer.
friend in middle school who could do it, no problem. Turns, not an issue. Do it with 2 bags of groceries in his hands, and just like not a problem.
I'm sure it's something to do
Wow.
with weight distribution, right?
It has to be.
Yeah, I know. I remember back in the day. I haven't ridden the bike in years, but I remember I could go in a straight line without holding the handlebars. That's about it.
Nice. Okay.
Nothing fancy. But then I'd always get too scared because I don't want to crash. But, yeah. So after 5 hours and 37 minutes, this pussy eventually grabbed those handlebars after traveling 80 miles or 80.95 miles.
A little longer than a mile. Just a little.
Murray said he used his hands to massage his legs when they fell asleep during the record attempt.
Smart.
Damn, that's he was quoted saying, "Personally, I find it to be a more comfortable position to be in rather than hunched over. I can text, change the song, get anything out of my backpack, all whilst riding my bike. It's like second nature." Is it?
I mean, he can still do that with his hands on the handlebars, but I get what he's saying. Very talented, Mr. Ripley.
Mr. Murray said his record attempt served as a fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Society of Calgary.
You know what? I'm getting pretty sick and tired of these bastards breaking dumb world records and raising money for an amazing charity because they're making it really fucking hard to make fun of them. With that being said, if you want to ride a bike and not hold onto the handlebars, that just means you wanted to ride a unicycle, but you're too much of a pussy, so you need to rely on a second wheel. What a bitch.
Lathan, it's so aggressive tonight. Yo, man, like this is not an easy feat to attempt already. This guy actually, this is actually one of the more serious world records ever been broken. However, if you're having trouble saying something funny about it, guess what? You forgot to send the society the check. You got the big prize money, and then he forgot to send the check to Alzheimer's. It's funny. Laugh. Oh. I'm gonna do my Chappelle. There we go.
So Murray now has his sights set on a different world record for next year. Ooh.
Papa wheelie? Is he gonna do a bicycle, but on one wheel to piss off Lathan?
You'd think something like that. But he said, and I quote, I am hoping that in 2024, I can attempt the world record for world's largest ice cream party. What? Guess that's one way to go from.
Sounds like that's gonna get you put on a list, mister. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, kiddies,
Sure.
want to see me ride my bike with no hands?
You want
Would
to
you
come to a
like an
party?
ice cream, little boy?
All you can eat. All the ice cream you can eat.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I'm
got
already getting uncomfortable here.
Have
I'd
you
be
got
more
a,
impressed if you
have you
went
got a
like,
sweet
I'm gonna do
tooth?
a longest handstand on a skateboard, and then he went 40 miles. I'd be way more impressed with that. But this ice cream party, no, it's already causing us to make inappropriate jokes on YouTube. We're gonna get demonetized, Mike.
We'll have to get monetized first, so fuck it.
Oh.
Anyway, still to come on this week's Waffle Box, we are talking about Silent Night, a Christmassy movie, apparently. But by the looks of the poster, kind of looks a little bit aggressive. So is this going to be this century's Die Hard? It's not a Christmas movie. It is. We'll find out. Because he's shaking his head, but don't spoil it. Plus much, much, much more. So stick around. We'll be right back after this short break.
Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Out and out refreshment.
It's now time for the middle of the show quiz.
Hey, welcome back to Waffle Box episode 128. Oh, Kush doing the monkey. It's the middle of the show, so if you ask me, it's perfect time for the middle of the show quiz. And this week's birthday quiz is Mr. Tom DeLonge. Or Tom DeLonge. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Tom DeLonge. If you don't,
I know the name. I cannot put in a picture to a face to the picture.
He was the lead, or he was the only guitarist in Blink 182.
Oh shit. All right. Okay.
And then
Going in blind on this one then.
Angels and Airwaves and Boxcar Racer, I believe he was also in the band. But yeah,
I think I've heard of Angels and Airwaves. I thought that was like some sort of charity benefit concert.
No, I think it was a band he did.
It was
an
been
album
over
or
a
two.
decade ago. Sure.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, right? But today, Wednesday, December 13th, Tom celebrates his 48th birthday. So happy birthday to you, Tom. As always, what I've done is put together 5 questions about the birthday boy, and Kush has to try to get at least 3 out of 5, well, if not 5 out of 5, but a clean sweep. Are you ready, Kush? Are you ready?
I'm ready. As best I can be.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. Let's start off as we always do. Question number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1.
So yes, as I said, Tom DeLonge was, or is still, because they're back together, the guitarist of Blink 182. But what was the first musical instrument that he played after being gifted it as a Christmas present when he was 11 years old?
Drums.
It's a good guess. It's a good guess. There's the wrong answer. He was gifted the trumpet. His first ever musical instrument.
It's never a piano.
Trumpet. Never.
No one's ever gifted a piano.
No, but anything half decent is like several $100s for a fucking piano.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're gonna put it. Anyway.
Number 2.
Question number 2. Tom DeLonge has long been a believer of conspiracy theories and aliens, even going as far as to organize search parties for which mythical creature?
Oh, Sasquatch? Bigfoot?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's Bigfoot, but I'll give you Sasquatch. I'll give you Sasquatch. Didn't find him, though. Didn't find him.
No. I think there was an episode of Joe Rogan where he was on. And, you know, Joe Rogan loves a good conspiracy theory, but even I think he was making fun of this guy. Like, only 5 feet away from him, he's like, this guy's full of shit. Like, that kind of, yeah, it was hard to watch. Anyway.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Tom DeLonge founded the band Blink-182 in 1992. How often does the average human blink in 182 seconds?
In 182 seconds, that's
Well, yeah.
3 minutes. 5 times.
5 times in 3 minutes? How dry are your
Sure.
eyes?
I don't know. I don't think that was a big number.
On average, the average human in 3 minutes will blink between 45 and 60 times.
Oh.
What are you who are you staring at that you only blink once a minute? You need to relax. Moisturize your eyes, Kush. Moisturize yours. Why are you wearing glasses? You don't blink enough. Maybe if you blinked, you wouldn't need glasses. Just saying. I'm not a medical. I'm not an optician.
No. You are not a medic.
Number 4.
I'm not. Question number 4. Blink-182's first album was named after which character from the Lewis Carroll novel Alice's Adventures in Wonderland?
Oh, Mad Hatter?
Why did I think he was always... Why did you say that?
Cheshire Cat?
Cheshire Cat was the name of the first album of Blink-182. Fun fact, it was originally... The band's name was just called Blink. But then I think they found out there was another band somewhere that always did it, and so they just added 182 at the end. I don't know why. I tried to look that up because I thought that'd be a fun fact, but no, this just seems like a random number they picked. But there you go. I'm sure some Blink-182 fan might tweet me now and be like,
there was 181 versions of it before they got to the formula right.
Yeah, maybe it was like AOL, like AIM instant messenger, AOL instant messenger name. Blink, no. Blink 1, nope. Blink 2, no. Blink 3, so on and so forth. Question number 5.
Number 5.
Tom DeLonge was born in San Diego County, California. Which famous news anchor said that San Diego translated to a whale's vagina?
The legend himself, Mr. Ron Burgundy.
Correctamundo. But unfortunately, you only got 2 out of 3. So you have to hear this jingle.
You lose.
Where are we now? Right now, the Packers are on the Giants' 18-yard line, 3rd and 4. Come on, defense. Defense. Oh, it picked it. Oh! Giants defense patted the ball, patted the pass down, but couldn't catch it. So they're probably going to score a field goal now. Boo! All right, let's move on. Let's put some celebrities against each other. It's going to be the last Battle Royal of the year. I was thinking about doing one for next week, but it's Christmas. We're celebrating Christmas, and we can't bet people fighting on Christmas. It's supposed to be a nice day. So this is the final Celebrity Battle Royale of the year. All
right.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. The Celebrity Battle Royals, where I give Kush 4. Yes, 4 it down, Lathan, you hippie. 4 options of celebrities who are going to take a battle, and then Kush has to decide who eliminates who in which order and who is ultimately crowned this week's Celebrity Battle Royale champion. All right, he's better take the field goal now. Come on, wind. Come on, wind. And it is... Oh, Justin, fuck.
Emotional damage.
Yeah. Okay. So this week's Celebrity Battle Royale celebrates Christopher Plummer's birthday. It's his birthday as well. I mean, he's R.I.P. He's no longer with us. If you're not familiar with Christopher Plummer's work, my favorite one is a big fan of Dragnet. From last week, he was Reverend Jonathan Worley from Dragnet, amongst other things. You know, he did a lot. He was an actor. He was an actor. He was on an actor. Probably did a lot, but anyway. So I thought, this week, let's pit 4 Chris's against each other and see who wins out. So, entering first to the Battle Royal is Mr. Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Number 2, Chris Pine. Number 3, Chris Rock. And number 4, Chris Brown. So we've got Chris Pratt, Chris Pine, Chris Rock, and Chris Brown.
Since it's almost Christmas and it's the time for peace among all men, how about we switch up the rules a little bit this week? Rather than having these 4 men take part in a hypothetical, brutal battle, can't we just agree that just for 1 week, we make this a 3-on-1 handicap match and agree that Chris Brown gets the shit kicked out of him?
I mean, actually, I think even with a 3-on-1, I spoiler alert, I got Chris Brown taking the whole thing.
What? You reckon?
Yep.
Just because he can roundhouse kick his girlfriend?
I understand Chris Rock has got some little boxing experience, and Chris Pratt is a Navy SEAL, but Chris Brown going straight through all 3 of them.
Wow.
Teaming up would be actually in their best interest. So
you got Chris Brown eliminating all 3.
Yep. One after the other. Effortlessly.
Why? I'm not talking about like, why he's a bad person, but what about, forget his discretions in the past, shall we say? What about him makes you believe that he could take out 3 of these people?
All 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
In under 10 minutes.
It's very specific. You don't think he's going to take a breather?
I mean, again, Chris Pratt's going to give him the most trouble, but no.
Wow.
Chris Brown wins this case.
There you go, kids. Chris Brown eliminates all 3. And is this week's Celebrity Battle Royal champion. I don't know how I feel about that one. He just seems...
It's controversial.
He seems scrawny. I mean, he's bigger than me, surely. Because I'm, $130 soaking wet. But he seems tiny.
Nope. And even if he is, that makes him faster.
It's not a race. It's a fight.
And guess what? The guy who doesn't get hit wins the fight. So you better be fast.
So he's like Roadrunner. And the other 3 are Wile E. Coyote. And he's just got a war of attrition. He's going to just outlast them all because he's extreme cardio.
I can see Chris Pine calling up Acme and getting those random trinkets that don't work. But Chris Brown wins.
Yeah, it's halftime now in the game. Giants trail the Packers 10-7. And look, if you're a big fan of Green Bay, that's fine. But I never. Who would go to a public place with a styrofoam chunk of cheese on their head?
Yeah, right.
Never
That
understood.
probably cost them in excess of $45 for the privilege of looking like an asshole.
Yeah. Don't do it, kids. Don't do drugs. Let's move on. Let's get ourselves. Oh, it's almost Christmas. Let's get ourselves in the Christmas spirit as we head into this week's Kush's movie review.
Kush's movie review.
Welcome everyone to Kush's Movie Reviews, the show where Kush reviews a movie. Funny enough, this week we're talking about John Woo's Silent Night, starring that bloke from Suicide Squad, and I'm sure maybe some other people. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. Maybe it's just a one-man show. Maybe it's just him walking around going, "It's quiet, isn't it? It's quiet tonight." But I don't know.
This guy truly is silent.
What a silent night tonight is. Maybe it's a post-apocalyptic movie. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. But Kush does. Tell us about this movie, Kush.
Oh, that's me. This is Silent Night. It is rated R, and it is a glorious 1 hour and 44 minutes. And it is written by a man named Robert Lynn. He hasn't done much, and what he has done, you probably haven't heard of. Again, directed by John Woo, 20 years since he made a movie in these states of United America. And, it was nice to see him come back. If you've never seen a John Woo film prior to this, that's a pretty good intro. It's not the best John Woo movie you've ever seen, not even anywhere close, but it's the man still's got it. Man still got it, and he knows how to tell a story. Example, this does star Joel Kinnaman. As you mentioned, he was in the Suicide Squad movies. He was also in a review earlier this year that we did with Nick Cage, Sympathy for the Devil, that I saw all the way out in the old Amsterdam. It was only so. This also stars a lady named Catalina Moreno, rapper turned actor Kid Cudi, who I now know more movies than songs, and the bad guy played by Mr. Harold Torres. This movie takes place in Texas, which is actually a very, very big detail, and was filmed probably in Texas and in Mexico. So, what's this movie about? A young boy was killed by a stray bullet by two rival gangs, and Joel Kinnaman is chasing after him, and that's how the movie starts, and almost gets him. Kind of an impressive foot chase, but ultimately he is shot in the throat, and when we think he's left for dead, well, they revive him, but he can no longer talk, and thus we have Silent Night. Joel Kinnaman does not say one single word in this movie. What is weird is that no one else says a single word in this movie. Like, there's a police radio in the background, maybe a TV set, but this is
so basically it's a Charlie Chaplin movie.
Night of Silence. It's a silent movie for sure. Yeah.
Do you get the every now and again? Do you every now and again get that the cards come up? Like, oh, he seems to be in trouble. Ding 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 ding.
A lot of this seems to be a very I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. People either think this is a very clever thing or they absolutely hated it. So yeah, maybe a little title card saying, "Boy, I'm sad about my dead son," might have been helpful to some people. Apparently, folks don't know how to just go with the story and figure things out on their own. But,
wait, so have I just totally misjudged this movie? Have I hyped it up so much as a Christmas movie, or is it just literally called Silent Night because there's no words spoken?
It starts on Christmas morning and ends the following 1 year later on Christmas Eve. Otherwise, this is not a Christmas movie.
God damn it. All right, never mind. Carry on.
That's about it, dude. Our guy gets out of rehab, dealing with mad depression, low-key becomes an alcoholic, His family life is crumbling apart. Him and the wife obviously can't talk anymore. I don't know why she can't go like, "Hey, Joel, if you could look at me, I'd like to talk to you." She communicates through text message. Um, but then again, we got a Kid Cudi who plays a homicide detective or gang task force leader or whatever, but no point does he ever say a word. And then the bad guy Harold Torres, at no point this is like, "I can't believe you came all the way here just to get me because look, dude, I didn't mean to kill your son." None of that shit. None of that shit. It's a lot of gunplay. It's very basic compared to like what you get out of a John Wick movie these days. Yeah, you just follow this guy for 364 days as he just recovers from depression and a bullet wound to the throat, immediately kicks his alcoholism, starts just buying gun after gun, learns how to start fighting, learns how to drive a Mustang 5.0, so he's hitting these sharp turns. Overall, again, it's nice to see John Woo in the United States. I don't know what led him to come back after 20 years for this, but the man knows how to tell a story. I was not lost the entire at all. I don't know what's up with other people, but there it is. However, not the best movie I've seen this year. I wish it was better, but 3 out of 5.
So, is there a reason why no one? Yeah, is there a reason no one talks in this, or is it just trying to be artsy fartsy?
Artsy fartsy.
Oh, so I'm assuming there are multiple points in this movie where you're like, you would say something
at some point.
This
This detective might have a question.
Yeah,
Detective Kid Cudi might have a question, and no, leaves his business card. That's about it. Just, ends up, spoiler alert, ends up joining Joel Kinnaman in the final battle. Never at no point does ever go like, "Cover me," or "I got your back, bro. Good job, Joel Kinnaman. You avenged your son." No, just the only noise you hear is screeching tires and gunshots and explosions, and at no point do you get the what is it, the fall sound effect. Yeah,
I think I'd hate this movie.
You would be in fair company then. This is, again, yeah, people either think this is very clever, it's okay, or they absolutely hated it. Divisive is the word I've been looking for. Divisive.
Does the story at least wrap up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There will not be a sequel either.
Well, pay attention, leave the world behind. I always said I hate the sound of this movie, but guess what? I'd much rather watch this than watch you again. Fucking suck.
As far as action movies go, it's actually quite sad. So it's not fun. At one point he gets overpowered by MS-13's accountant. I'm sure this accountant has done some pretty gnarly things in the street too, but at one point you're just like, dude, you're getting beat up by the fucking Crips accountant. Figure this shit out. Like, but once he overpowers him, you're just like, yeah, it's not fun. It's just okay. That's my review.
What I should have done, I'm correcting these movies, is because you can still have it artsy fartsy, but then at least it makes sense. Like if maybe at some point during his time in, did you say you went into prison, right? He went to prison?
Ooh.
Or rehab? He was somewhere.
No rehab. He was drinking bottles and bottles of vodka in his garage, and then he just went, "No more drinking for me," and threw everything away.
Like something that maybe like when the movie starts, it shows him being like a really bad alcoholic, and then because of his being drunk, he has like a bad fall and like bangs his head pretty badly, and because of that, he loses his hearing. And then the rest of the movie is told that, so you're experiencing it through his, so he can't hear anyone. So you can still see people talking because it makes sense. People talk to each other, but you can't hear it because you're having to experience this through his. Like, so it's artsy, but at least it makes sense while it's silent.
I mean, that's such a very small detail. I mean, that could have already been in the movie. They're just like, yes.
The police detective never
he took a bullet
speaking.
In his voice box. He took a bullet in his voice box, so he's never going to talk again. Oh, by the way, he got pretty banged up in that
I'm
car
never
accident,
gonna talk
so he's lost his
again.
hearing. That's it. You just have to say that, and you can do the rest of the movie without ever bringing it up again. He's got a scar in his throat. You figure this shit out. But no, no, it's fine.
I'm never
It's
gonna talk again. Bullet wounds been unforgiven. It's easy to pretend. And my kid is not at school. Should have known better not to drink again.
Oh, we're still doing this.
And waste this life that I've been given. So I'm never gonna talk again. And then I'll do a film with John Woo. I just freestyled that. That was freestyle. What's up my head?
It was hard though. You got there though.
Yeah, I got them. That's how I roll. So there you go. 3 out of 5. John Woo's Silent Night. Technically a Christmas movie, but we've been lied to. All right, let's wrap this show up with a nice little bow and then leave it under the Christmas tree. It's now time to leave you all with warm and fuzzy feelings. Although that's why I remind the guy who's in this movie you was just talking about. He was also in. He was one of the lead guys in that TV show, The Killing, that was adapted from that Danish show. Do you remember that?
No, I'm not familiar with either show.
Oh, he was very good in that. It's kind of like a police drama.
I like the guy. I think he did a very good job acting in the film. Like, he did a lot of emoting without ever speaking. I should have thrown that in the review. My bad.
The Killing TV show. It's how to watch. Apparently, you can watch it right now on Hulu. Apparently,
yeah.
The Killing. Check it out.
I'm not gonna do that.
But you actually get to hear this guy speak. But anyway, let's wrap this up with the warm and fuzzy feelings. It's now time for this week's feel-good story of the week.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
We reached over an hour into the show for some reason. With all the moaning and venting that I did at the beginning of the show. For some reason, I thought I would always buckle myself and I was ready for another big show. But you know what? We've done good this week, Kush. We've done good. We kept it tight.
Excellent.
Tight like a tiger. This week's feel-good story comes to us from New Hampshire.
Oh, the something state.
Yeah, the state where you go, wait, if this is the New Hampshire, how bad was the old one? Jesus. So, Wyndham General Services Director Dennis Senibaldi received a phone call from a town selectman, which I don't know what that is, but apparently it's a title. So, a select man from the town.
I would have said something Commonwealth related, but if you don't even know what it is, that's weird.
No idea. But anyway, this town selectman put him in touch with a resident whose wedding band had accidentally gone out with the trash. Quote, she gave me some particulars at what time her husband threw the trash out, what was in the trash bag, what kind of car he was driving, and then Senibaldi reviewed the surveillance camera footage to try to pinpoint the location of the woman's trash.
Now, I'm no expert on relationship matters, but I'm guessing that when your husband throws your wedding ring into the garbage, places said garbage into his car, drives it to the dump, and then throws it into the dump, perhaps your relationship might not be as sturdy as you once thought.
Or he might be the best husband. Who drives their trash to the dump?
That's a good point.
Like, I'm picturing two hefty bags of just trash, but you just drive to the dump. You put it in the can. They pick it up 3 days later or a week later or whatever. Just leave it in the can, stupid.
Yeah. Like, and even if it's like an appliance, I don't know what you're doing in New Hampshire, but let's say like I have a my fridge dies. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
I just give them a call. Hey, this is where I live. I'm going to be putting a fridge out, and then someone comes and picks it up the next day. I don't know why. So yeah, why is he? So this is maybe this is a big red flag, even bigger than Lathan thinks. Like, he really wanted to make sure this trash was gone.
Yeah.
Interesting. But anyway, so he said, I knew where the first scoop went. I knew exactly where on the floor it was, but it's still a lot of stuff to go through. He said his team had to dig through 12 feet of trash bags to reach the right bag.
Fuck you.
The ring was found about 2 hours after the search began. He said, I grabbed the ring, brought it up, cleaned it up for her, and called her. She was more than ecstatic. Senator Boldy said it was the third time in 2 years that his team has sifted through the trash at the transfer station to find a lost wedding ring. Like,
these guys deserve a medal.
They do deserve a medal.
A holiday or whatever, man. That's way above and beyond what they have to do there.
But yeah, I don't. Oh, something's happened. The Giants are celebrating. What? Oh! Fumble, recovery. Oh, wait a minute. Right. The Giants punted the ball away, and I think the guy fumbled the catch, and I think the Giants might recover this ball. OMG. But whilst we work on the replays here, yep, Giants ball on the 31-yard line. Oh my god. But yeah, like, I guess, yeah, great guys. Salute to you. But for me, maybe I'm like, if I throw.
Also, that's how small New Hampshire is. Like, you just like, oh yeah, saw it come in on the 3:30. It's right over here.
Oh,
Stack
Steve
number
Williams. 12. Oh yeah, I know where Steve Williams' trash goes. Yeah, I'll just pop down there. But yeah, just let it go. But 3 times, like, no, I'm not screwing for it. Like, fuck this woman's wedding ring. Like, buy a new one, or I'll show you. Hey, I'll locate roughly. That's where your ring is. Good luck. Go.
Yeah, good luck.
Like, that's on you. Like,
here's some gloves. You might want to come back with some hip boots, but whatever. You knock yourself out.
Because that's the annoying thing about this story, is that it doesn't. That's where it ends. It's not like you say, like, oh, him and his team were.
She gave them all $5 Starbucks gift cards. None of that.
Yeah, she didn't reward them. They didn't get a medal or anything like that. It's just, oh, another day in the life of a New Hampshire garbage man. Giants on the half-yard line right now, 1st and goal. And Tommy DeVito hands it off to Saquon Barkley, and
touchdown Giants!
Let's go.
Where are we going?
There we go. Tommy D. Have you heard? Are you familiar with Tommy DeVito?
No, was that Danny DeVito's son?
It's not, unfortunately. But yeah, he's like he was basically undrafted, and we just picked him up for 20 grand. His contract was 20 grand, which in the NFL,
that's very cheap.
That's very, very cheap. But then Daniel Jones got injured, the main quarterback, so he got bumped up to relieving quarterback. What's the number two quarterback or whatever? Backup quarterback. That's the word I was looking for. And then our backup quarterback got injured, and so it was like, fuck, we have no one else who knows how to throw a ball. Tommy, do you want to have a go?
Very of you.
And yeah, so far in the 3 games he's started, he's 2-1. He's just come off two game win streak. And
good for him.
He still lives at home with his parents, and his mum makes his bed
for 20 grand a year. No shit.
Well, yeah, but now I think they probably had to. Now he's technically the starting quarterback. I'm pretty sure they've had to rework his contract, but
I know there's like 10 times as many games in baseball. But yeah, like even the league minimum in baseball is like less than $500,000. This is crazy that this guy's playing any position for 20 grand in the NFL.
like even like the shit they go through, like especially with our
Practices?
offensive line. No, I'm just talking about the game itself, let alone the practices. But like the amount of like he gets sacked by like a 300-pound man 6 times a game.
Yep.
I wouldn't even do that for 20 grand a game, let alone 20 grand altogether.
I don't know.
Fuck
It's crazy.
that. But good on him. Tommy D. But there we go. So that's where we have to leave, I think. On a high note. So if we end up losing, I'm gonna be in denial because this is going to be in the record books. We are wrapping up episode 128 of Waffle Box with the Giants leading 13-10. Kush. You do podcasts other than this one?
Yeah, that's been a rumor.
What a fine folks at the Serial Squad got to look forward to if they were to type in their internet browser bosnet.family.
You're going to find Drew Angelman returning to the show this Friday, and we're going to talk about favorite movies of the year.
Marvelous.
And the tradition continues.
Marvelous. Yes, hopefully the way this works out, so technically, hopefully yesterday, I would have released an episode of Pratt and the Big Blue podcast with myself and Alex Middleton. Go to cbbpod.com for all the links. We were talking about West Ham United and the New York Giants. Hopefully they win this game and it'll be a positive. But spoiler alert, if we lost, yesterday was a miserable show. So this is a weird thing about how the universe works because I'm recording this before I record that, but this releases afterwards. So I haven't. It's like some
very multiverse of madness.
Yeah, make sure you follow us on all social media, mainly on Twitter or X at WaffleBox. I don't really update the others one. I should do that, really. I should do a better job, but there you go. If you're on the Book of Face, you can follow this guy at Cushford Hayes. I am only Mike Fish. And it's good night from me. It's good night from him. Lathan, send us out, baby.
Good night, everyone. By the way, from the moment this podcast is released, there's roughly 288 hours remaining until Christmas, which means you have enough time to watch Die Hard 130 times before Santa comes. See you all next week.
That's a good tip. That's a fun. That's
some
tip.
AI shit.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably need some sleep, but it's a pretty fun fact. Wait, what happened? I'm confused. The Giants are winning even more.
That's okay. Send us somebody.
This is why I shouldn't watch the Giants while I'm recording. It's very distracting. But there you go. We are winning 14-10. Go Giants. Go Big Blue. Until next week. It's a Christmas special. And this is when we get to speak to Santa Claus. Because he's agreed to come on the show for a couple of minutes. It's exciting. Speak to Santa. So exclusive interview with Santa Claus next week here on the Waffle Box. Until next week. Take care of yourselves. And each other.
That's all, folks.